Hello, pedal people. Today we're looking at the thing. It's red and it's from some guitar player. I can barely read the Malmsteen. I think there's a. Are you Ingrid? Hello, but the cat's running away. Cat doesn't like Malmsteen. Apparently, it's Ingrid J. Malmsteen. I don't know if that's Joseph.
Johann.
What?
Johann.
Johann?
From Bach.
That's I don't think that can't be a thing. Jerry. Ingrid Jerry Malmsteen. I think that's the name. And obviously, it's I don't have a guitar in my hand. I have a stunt player over there. Because when you're interested in the Malmsteen pedal, you probably want to hear the shreddy pedals. But obviously, before we do the shreddy pedals, we take it out of the box, as always, and here we go. And before I tell you more about the pedal that has two knobs, I don't know how much more there is to say, you'll see some nice product shots with some shreddy pedals on top of it. We need some shreddy pedals, please, Mr. Stunt Player. There you have it. Obviously, before we go into details, it's got two freaking knobs. I don't even know why you're here. You're into Malmsteen. It's got two knobs. It's red. Buy it. Anyway, before we go into details of this very complex pedal, we're hearing it in some context, so you can actually tell, oh yeah, it sounds like of course it sounds like Malmsteen because it's this pedal. But yeah, that's happening now. So, some background and history. We all know that Ingrid Jeremy Malmsteen, obviously in the late 70s, joined Kiss. Played with them for years, and then in '83 was the guitar player for Dream Theater, and then did Images and something, and all this stuff before Poison really took off, and then Poison hired him as their guitar player. Very, very short stint with Led Zeppelin in '87, but just didn't really fit the whole style. So then he decided, let's do solo stuff. And that really took off for him. And when he said, I'm going to go solo, he meant solo, meaning me, look at me, I'll play solos, and my vocalist stands way in the back. How do I know this? Because I saw him live. And there's two things you can say about Malmsteen. Play solos, way in the spotlight. On stage, there's not a single thing other than spotlight on him. The rest of the band has no lighting on them. He takes picks. These are the Malmsteen signature picks, which are just straightforward yellow picks. They seem completely like any other pick. And there's about 1 million on his mic stand, and he'll play 7 notes, throw the pick, get another one, play 7 notes. Now it's literally, I don't know where that went. 7 notes, throw it in the audience, and then get them. He must have gone through about 1,000 of these during the gig. But with all the making fun of Malmsteen, and there's a lot of reasons to make fun of Malmsteen, let me tell you 2 things about the man, the myth, the music. The sound he has and the tone he has is unmistakably Malmsteen. Anyone else doing what he does is a cheap copy, because he sounds the way he sounds, and he's the best at the way he sounds. And anyone else doing the kind of stuff he does, the neoclassical something, always sounds like a very skilled but cheap copy of the man, because a lot of people don't realize the musicality that he has. Because, yes, he plays extremely fast, and he plays too fast, too much. I know what you want to say. There is no such thing, but shut your trap. But he's always managed to put it into actual songs, to have a melody that's super recognizable. And there are the Malmsteen wannabes, many of them. I could name names, but I'm not gonna. But they missed the point that you actually have to write good music. And Malmsteen always nailed it with many notes, writing good music. The notes always go to a note that's relevant. The song is relevant. He had good vocalists, even though he didn't give him a lot of credit. But he had good music, and still has. It's always the same, but he is the best. No offense, Justin.
Totally agree.
You're very good at what you do, but he is the best at what he does.
Yeah.
It's the same freaking thing over and over. He's a very much one-trick pony, but he's the very best at that one trick. And that brings us to, how does he do that one trick? That kind of a guitar? Of course, his Strat has a bit more output in the back because it's a stacked humbucker or whatever. This is a very classic Strat that we're using here, but you can absolutely get that tone. And he plays a Plexi, very loud one.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then he puts that pedal in front of it. Hey, bunny, you're back. What? You want treats? We're doing a Malmsteen pedal. We can't give you treats. The pedal is red. It's got level and gain. And we could discuss, is it just a rehoused tube screamer? Probably not, because it doesn't have a tone. What is it? We don't know. Is it based on something? Do we care? You want the Malmsteen tone? You put this in front of your amp. Now the question is, what amp? Because obviously, traditionally, Plexi, and we discussed this, Plexi at what settings? Are we eddying it out and going crazy and putting this in front of it? Because I don't think so, right?
No.
Edge of breakup Plexi, put this in front of it, you're there. You got the tone. That's what we did. We used the Friedman Plex. That's what you heard until now. But then the question is, can this perform its duties in front of a non-Plexi? Can it perform its duties in front of a virtual Plexi? So what we're going to start with is the Amplified Nation Bombshell Overdrive, which is completely not a Plexi. It is a Dumble amp. It's a Dumble Overdrive Special. So a completely different sound. And we're gonna see what we can get out of that. So that means that's our clean tone. Of course, minor. Of course, A minor. Obviously, everything's in a minor. So we got the neck pickup, and now we're gonna kick this in and first try to discover the tonal characteristic of that before we go into how do you get the Malmsteen sound, because you're very likely buying this to get the Malmsteen sound. No, right? That's probably why people buy this. Okay, here we go. Clean again. I don't think it's too screamery because it adds gain. I think it retains the full spectrum. It doesn't thin out the low end, doesn't push the mids more than it really should. It feels like the clean sound with gain, doesn't it? Right? Let's do it again. It doesn't impose itself on that sound at all. It's just more gain. Obviously, we all know more is more. Because, I mean, how could less be more, really?
Yeah.
Couldn't be. So we're going to give it more. So the question is, how Malmsteen is that? And I'm sorry to disappoint you. You can't buy this and sound like Malmsteen, because that's in the notes. You have to play Malmsteeny things, which means a beautifully interwoven web, like caught in a web. Isn't that one of his songs?
No, that's Dream Theater.
Yeah,
Come on.
but he played for them in '83. Come on. So
shame on you.
I'm waiting for him to strangle me. A beautiful interwoven web of pentatonics, blues scale, and harmonic minor. And when you're able to play a phrase that gets out of one and into the other, and then back onto the one, then you're there. But that amalgam, that fusion of those two worlds is what defines him. And I truly feel that nobody's mastered it like him. He shouldn't hear this because his ego is through the roof anyway, but it's true. He's the only one who really can do this elegantly. So be a copy of the man now. Play those notes. Okay, so that's a great sound. That's a very thick sound, but it isn't fully Malmsteen because that Dumble is known for thick single notes. I can, even with that pedal in front of it, it's not a Dumble style amp. That amplified Nation Bombshell Overdrive has a very thick tone. And I think what defines that Malmsteeny tone is that Plexi-ish top end, that where you can have full note definition, and it kind of screams. And this is nutty, this is round, this is thick, but it doesn't scream. And he can make it scream on every note. So here is the Plex in the setup that we have. That's, by the way, the Motrix MIDI switcher, and I've got actual names on my thing now, so we can actually go to different kind of amps. Really cool. And that's the Plex up there now. So play that by itself. clearly not a lot of gain. I mean, barely edge of breakup with these vintagey pickups. But now we put this in front of it, actually all at noon, and let's see what happens. Much more bitey, much more defined in the attack. So you want something that's a bit, right? I don't think we need more on the amp.
No.
We can give it more gain here. The gates opening. The gates of hell are opening. And you're there. So we'll do two more things. We're going to go into the Fryette Deliverance, which I can probably get into that direction. So by itself, let me set that up. Here, Deliverance. Oh. So again, we have nice defined top end, and we're edge of breakup-y, so that the Yngwie, Jeremy, Malmsteen, I don't know, it can't be Johan
Justin.
because Yngwie Justin, Yngwie Jehovah Malmsteen. Oh,
Yngwie Jesus, Malmsteen.
you know I'm sorry, Yngwie, but you know you think you are, right? I mean, come on, I want to have that ego.
Nah.
No,
Sometimes a little bit of it wouldn't be too.
It probably in the industry helps you kick in some doors because you think you're Jesus.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, when it comes to the job, he delivers.
Yeah.
Moving on. So, sorry, he's never gonna see this.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe I meet him and he's gonna clock me one. Who knows?
Yeah.
Could be.
I mean, we know somebody who made a video about Yngwie and got, a little bit of a law stuff going on.
Fact is, and this is about the pedal, not the man, but it delivers.
Yeah.
Okay? And we all know he's got issues. So, let's do this with that amp. Go. But that's got some kind of fluffiness around the attack, right? Mm-hmm. It's cool, but it's not what the Plexi did. Okay, let's go back and forth. Go play. Plex still has that attacky top end that you want. So if you are really a diehard Malmsteenian, then maybe put a J in your name, that can help. But definitely start with some kind of Plexish platform. We're going to try that now in the digital realm with the lion on the table. So I'll replug things. That thing just always sounds phenomenal, and that's really, I think, the best digital modeled Plexi on the market, and it technically should give us that sound. So let's find out. technically all you need is, let me see if I can do this. I'm just gonna put some kind of delay on here.
Yeah, that's the only thing
That's what you need. You can't do that with a, if you got a lion, you're there. Because it is a perfect digital Plexi, and you could Malmsteen all day long.
Oh, nice. Malmsteen all day long. That's a dream come true.
Well, that's one of the songs they did with when he was in Kiss. Rockin' All Night Long or All Night
Malmsteen
Long.
all night long.
Yeah, but he wanted to name it Malmsteen All Night Long, but they wouldn't let him.
And
that's when he rubbed off the makeup and said, "I'm out. I'm joining Dream Theater." So, we can't. I think it's not a secret that you're a semi-Malmsteen fan.
Yeah, I named my cat after a specific guitar player that we talked a little bit about today.
Your cat's actually named Yngwie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have issues.
No, I have a beautiful cat named Yngwie. And I don't have a wife that can hinder me from naming my cat Yngwie. So I took that advantage to name my cats however I want.
Well, you clearly practiced one or two arpeggios from him, right?
A little bit, yeah.
So...
No reason why I don't have a wife, yeah.
No time, because arpeggios or sex.
Yeah.
So, arpeggios. You also played a whole bunch of pedal tone licks, and I could sell you on my... Hello, Leslie, I'm trying to sell things. I could sell you on my pedal tone licks course in which you actually... learn nothing in terms of that speed or whatever, but it teaches you how to play pedal tone licks, but nothing shreddy. When it comes to playing fast with very good technique and ergonomics, Justin's the guy to go to. And you have a sweepy arpeggio thing course. What's it called?
Yeah, it's called either way the Zen of Sweeping, which is my sweep arpeggio course, where I break down the beautiful technique of sweeping in 18 etudes, going from 3-string to 7-string. So even for the modern guitar players who are not necessarily only into the old school stuff, there are a lot of cool ways to learn the sweep technique in that big masterclass. And besides that, I also have my big baby, my magnum opus, like one of the records from Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yeah, I get it.
I got that.
One of the ones that sounds like the one before and the one after.
Hot take, but I really like the 90s Yngwie.
I'm with you. Fire and Ice, hello.
Yeah.
Eclipse, hello.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm with you.
Magnum Opus, yeah. Or his cover CD, where Inspiration, I think it was Inspiration, where he was covering like UK songs.
That's one of the ones I have a lot of them. Again, I saw the man live.
Yeah. Nice.
What's your magnum opus?
Yeah, it's called the Zen of Speed Picking, where I talk about the beautiful technique in our right hand that we need to shred through some scales, even though that the amp is currently unmuted or something like that.
Sounds good even without the sound.
Yes. Which is a course that is based off the right hand, but in a really fun and cool way, with again musical etudes, exercises, licks. For everybody who wants to be faster with the right hand. And soon there will be coming a course about the left hand called the Zen of Finger Speed, where I talk in depth about how to get these fingers.
But wait, the Zen of Speed Picking, you don't just work with the right hand, you need the left hand as well.
Yeah, but
you're not just going to have a course on the left hand unless it's all legato.
Yeah, it is kinda, but the Zen of Finger Speed is more based on how to get these faster and more precise, and the Zen of Speed Picking is how to get this faster and more precise. Combine that and...
No, the next one's going to be the Zen of put the shit together. That's going to be the one you bought the first one, you got the second one. Now pay me again, so I tell you to combine them.
Yeah, kinda. That's the plan.
I see what you're doing.
Behind
I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
The Zen of Sweep Picking.
Yep.
The Zen of Speed. The Zen of Speed Picking. I will link to those below, because Justin is really the man, and even very advanced guitar players have benefited from his courses. So if you buy this pedal, you might as well learn something, because honestly, this is, without a doubt, a step in the direction to get the Yngwie sound. And usually I'm not into these signature pedals and they get you there. It does, with a Strat and a Plexi, get you that sound, but you also have to have the notes and know how to combine them. And that's what Justin courses will, of course, teach you. So thanks for being here and doing this. Thanks to MXR and Algam for commissioning this video. And something links below, I guess.
Subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe to his channel. Learn stuff. Honestly, is this a pedal for me? I like the overdrive by itself. You don't need to play Malmsteen on it. You could probably turn this into a very nice blues pedal. 80s power chords. There's probably a lot, because it's just a good transparent overdrive. What does that mean? We already covered with that Dumble style amp. It didn't change the frequency response drastically. It didn't cut the low end. It didn't push the mids too much. It didn't add bite. It just added drive. It just made it more gainy. If you have a great amp, that's what you need. And that's what I got to say to that. And now we're going to go to the end, which is very likely animals at the end, right? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, animals at the end. That's what we do.
I didn't know that you have always animals in the end.
Well, then you've never seen a video of mine until the end.
Yeah, that's true, to be honest, yeah.
Bye, guys.